Good afternoon, folks. This is Krubali again. I had said that I was going to do a quick video, but this one is going to be a short one because I don't have the time to do a longer one. I will do a longer one like I posted on my Facebook chat. It is no secret the conversation that is happening on social media about our country, the Gambia, is something we all fought for. And it seems like it's really taken a very interesting turn. But I just wanted to make a couple of things clear and just quickly touch about a couple of things, and then I will come back and do a really good one and hopefully expand on it a little bit. First of all, let me make it very clear that those of us that are having this conversation on Facebook, we're talking on the side also because we think it's very interesting, because this is what we really fought for. This is what it's all about. Young Gambians fighting really hard to change a government, and now talking about how the government should go, or if the government is doing well or they're not doing well. And I respect that. Let me make something very, very clear. 9 months ago, a majority of Gambians dare not go to the Gambia for one reason. Because we either spoke against a dictator, or we let our ideas known, or we were a threat to that dictator. Here we are today, trying to talk about 100 days of a young administration that took over from a dictatorship that never had the chance of a true transition. But what is most important is a lot of people are taking for granted what we think should not be taken for granted, and that is peace. That is the ability to go in the country regardless of what side of the debate you're on, and nobody dares touch you. It is something very simple, something that we cannot touch. It's a feeling in us. Many of us wanted to go home. When our parents died, we wanted to go visit, pay our final respects. We were not able to do it because we said something against the dictator. We were not able to do it because the dictator, we just didn't trust our fellow citizen over there. And somebody today is telling me that we should not be grateful to a group of people that we entrusted our government for giving us or guaranteeing our freedom. Let me tell you something, and like I promised, this is going to be very short. If you don't think we should be grateful to this group of people, go ask Sierra Leone, go ask Liberia, and go ask Libya. The fear here is that if we continue on this route that we're doing, we will be instead creating dictators. Because if we break the current system that we have, if we don't have some sense of a discipline, to believe in a democratic process and understand that these people that are there have 5 years or 3 years, depending on how the debate goes on that particular topic, we will be breaking a system that we all fought for. When Samuel Doe was in Liberia, Liberians took the law in their own hands and killed Doe. But they trusted a group of Liberians and gave them their country. They went into war. Same thing with Sierra Leone. To say that this group of people that are currently the government of our country do not deserve commendation, my friends, is an insult. Because anybody can be handed anything, but who can protect it more? I am more grateful to this present government. Not because I want a job from them. Because I have not asked for it, and I have lived in the United States, I cannot work in the Gambia. But what I fought for 22 years, we had families outside that were not able to visit. What I fought for is a simple freedom that I was able to attain, and trusted a group of people to protect it for us. And they're doing a hell of a job. Because today, no matter what, unless you've committed a crime in the Gambia, you don't have any fear to go in that country. You can go in that country and live your life. You can go in that country and demonstrate. That was something never heard of. Now, there's a lot of other things about jobs. But what I want people to understand is, we cannot take for granted, or we cannot say that we cannot thank this government for protecting our freedom. You can debate the other side as much as you want to, but there's a bunch of nations that have citizens, that had governments after a dictator, and they were not able to protect the freedom and the fight that they did. They went into war for years. We're able to stay away from that. And either by accident or by design, it is the leadership. Because that is why they call it Obamacare, because Obama was not the only one who designed that. When Obama succeeded, it was President Obama. when Trump is now challenged, is President Trump. Martin Luther King was not the only civil rights activist. Nelson Mandela was not the only one that fought hard. But when you talk about South Africa, that's what you hear. So in a sense, we have to be able to be really comfortable to say that the Barrow administration, I am not a member of the United Democratic Party or anybody. I am a young Gambian who wants one thing in the country, and if given to me, I will be the happiest person and I'll be able to flourish no matter what, and that is freedom. If any government that comes into the Gambia is able to guarantee the current freedom that we have, I bet you Gambians will find a way to walk around any corrupt regime. They will find a way to walk around any repressive, any type of government. As long as we have our freedom, that is the most important thing, folks. That is something we never had, something we fought for, something we yearned. A friend told me this, very simple thing. He said, you know why I respected the diaspora? Because you guys had everything to lose in this fight. The only thing that you could have gained in this fight against Yahya was your downfall, because it was either your people were tortured or you couldn't go into your own country, or you were isolated from your own country. We did that because we wanted one thing, freedom. A group of people have it right now, and they're protecting it. Let's commend them for it. Let's thank them for it. Let's start complimenting each other as people and appreciate each other, because each and every one of us at some point will be the head of something, and there will be enough criticism against you or to throw around. But what is most important is that this young government, in order to be fair to them, took over from a dictatorship of 22 years with a broken government. And today, they're able to stabilize that country, and today you and I can walk in that country and not a single hand will touch us. Now, there's going to be criminals running around that have scores to settle, that is given in every nation. But to say that you're scared to go to the Gambia today is not true. So in a sense, let's be grateful. If that is the only thing we've attained in these 100 days, that is coming, it's still the 90th day, that is a success, my friends. Most countries went into war immediately after a dictatorship. That's what dictators do. But here we are today, we're debating. And this is what it's about, folks. This debate is very healthy because it shows that young Gambians that care, as long as we can keep it clean, professional, and every once in a while we take a jab at each other, it's okay. It's part of the game. We do it all the time. Take a swipe here and there, cheap shots. But let's keep it professional and clean, man. Let's do that, for heaven's sake. And that's why I had on my Kande, Omar Njai, I see you. This is my Kande color right here. And I know I have been the hardest on Kande. But I'll say this once again. The only reason I was very tough on Kande is one, they approached me. Two, I asked questions that they were not able to answer. And three, he was sympathetic to the dictator that denied me of my civil right. And if I didn't have the questions that I had, that I asked, if anybody who wants to succeed in Gambian politics must find a way to separate yourself from Yahya Jammeh, because what he has done to our people for 22 years, the Gambians will never forgive it. So it's not 100 days yet. But ladies and gentlemen, we've got to be very proud that the Gambia is one of the few countries that transitioned from a dictatorship into a true democracy. We can debate if we should thank the current regime or the current leaders for protecting that freedom. We can debate for and against it. But I'm sensible enough to know that it could have gone the other way. I'm sensible enough to know that we could have gone into war, because that's what Yahya wanted. But these people, like I said, either by design or by accident, somehow found a way to maintain a peaceful country. It's a broken nation, but I am confident that if we look at the bright side, that if we don't just start wasting our times of talking about whose picture is hung where, if we don't stop looking at the personalities about who gave out a little bit of money here and there, or who all of a sudden is dressing up, what matters is who is doing the job. If you're found to be corrupt, you will be tried sooner or later, just like Yahya Jammeh found out after 22 years. Hopefully that will not be the case for us. But folks, the freedom that we're taking for granted today, I hope it lasts forever. I hope we get to debate under this free feeling that we have in our country. Because all of us, many of us, once Jammeh stepped out of the country, we all ran in. That is a fact. Because we trusted the leadership. So to all of them that are there, the National Assembly, the regime, and yes, you're going to hear the Barrow regime because that's what it is. It's the Obama regime, it's the Trump regime, it's the Clinton regime. So this thing happened under the President Obama regime. And saying it is not kissing ass, or it's not trying to be sympathetic, or it's not trying to just whatever you call it. It is just a fact. The day I see something wrong in my country will be the day I'll be back talking on this Facebook Live. So in a sense, I just wanted to make this quick video. I will be back on the 100th day, just like I fought for a dictatorship. I will be one voice in this country that I will continue to speak my mind professionally. And if anybody wants to challenge me, fine. And I enjoy the cheap shots because I give them too. I will take him back. So, but guys, let's not take for granted this freedom that we have. We fought for it 90 days ago. If anybody told any one of us that you can go in the Gambia and stand at Westfield and demonstrate and not be arrested, you would not believe it. Today, here we are, we've attained that. And there's a group of people protecting that, including us, because what we're doing here, this debate that we're doing, believe it, governments have a tendency to listen. And this government, something tells me, they're listening. But it's like almost taking over a broken system. You don't know where to start. Yes, there's technocrats that can do the job. You throw 100 people to that position, 100 different ways of doing it. The good thing is, we have a group of people at it. They have time to prove to us what they can do. If they cannot do it, we will have the opportunity to replace them. But most important, I respect the fact that they are able to protect the freedom that we fought for 22 years. That Gambians that have not been in that country for 22 years can now go in that country, pay final respect to their parents, can now go into that country and not fear to be arrested, can now go into that country. There's no more intimidation, no more illegal arrest, no more tortures, no more false imprisonments, no more killings, no more rapes. That's a good start for me. I hope it is for you too. Thank you very much.